Hey, I just wanted to jump on, guys. Whoever's watching, thank you for being here. I just wanted to talk about something that's really been coming up a lot. And, some of you will know my history and some of you will not. I'll give you a little background, but the subject that's been coming up a lot is this idea that, I'm part of a company and that their brand matters. And I'm seeing it a lot with my friends over at Sotheby's. I'm seeing it a lot with my friends at Compass. I'm seeing it a lot with my friends at some of the Christie's those Christie organizations where they bought into the fact that the brand really matters. And I've seen a lot of people, even my friends that have been with Gary Keller's company, and Gary and I have been friends for since '89, whatever that is, 30 some years. And Gary's originally intent was that it was not about their brand, it's about your brand. And in fact, he hired me to be the very first speaker for his very first convention in history. And the reason that he did that is because he was making the point then, and I think continues to make the point. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years, but I think his philosophy was always very much that you are the brand, and it's not about the company you're with. And I remember him saying, don't worry about our brand, we'll take care of that. You take care of your brand, build your brand, get known, get seen. And to make the bigger point that I can make because of my experience, this is really a topic that, as much as we beat it up, when I built my ad agency that solely built brands and marketing campaigns for realtors in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. I retired in 2010 from that. But the whole philosophy was around, it's not anybody else's brand, but yours that really matters, that people shouldn't even know if you change companies. They shouldn't even have an idea. They shouldn't even care, because they're committed to you as your brand, and they know you. And that's really where your business comes from. And so we get into, of course, buying leads from Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever resource. We get these leads that are coming in for houses. We've made the house the hero. We're not. We've made the house the big deal. Choose a house, and then we got to go fight to be the agent because they went in somebody else's website and our website and somebody else's website. And if it's a Zillow lead, several people got the same lead. And of course, we're now battling to see, how do I compete to get the client? How do I get them to see me as different than the other 3 or 4 that maybe returned the call or got involved? And of course, all of that revolves around the same question, the same issue, which is we keep giving all the power away to something else, somebody else. It's their brand that matters, when in fact it never has been. People do business with people that they know, like, trust, and remember. So if you've joined Compass, I just had somebody tell me the other day that they paid Compass last year $200,000. They, I think, got the promise of stock, which was awesome. That's great. It hasn't come through the way that they thought it was going to. That company happens to be having some financial challenges, but it doesn't. That's not the point. The bigger point is that we're paying them big bucks, and they won't let us use our own brand in the ways that we would like to. Sotheby's won't let you really build your own brand. It's their brand. And every dollar that you spend, every dime you spend, every post you make, everything that you ever include them, they become the issue, not you. And then it's like, well, if we're committed to Sotheby's, that's great. And then I get the luck of the draw when I call on any agent with Sotheby's or any agent with Compass or any agent with whatever the company is, that company name here. So I wanted to jump in real quick and just talk about that today, because it's a mystery to me how many people, let's say in the Keller Williams world, that have given up they've got it all about Keller Williams. And Gary was the guy saying, he was one of the early adapters of our philosophy that said, listen to this guy, listen to these people. This is the truth. It's not about our brand, it's about your brand. And yet people are today, they've got the red and black, the signs, and they've got the Keller Williams everywhere. And they've made it really about the company. And of course, we're the afterthought, we're the small print, we're the, on the business card, we're the small print. Keller Williams is the big deal. And we haven't branded ourselves. And maybe we've got the same picture we use and we call that our brand. That's not a brand. What does your brand stand for? Who are you? What's your slogan? Oh, wait, what's your target market? Who are you attempting to get to? And then what's the appropriate brand of you that would link you to that marketplace so they would identify, they would see you as an answer for them? How is that being done through your marketing? And the answer is probably isn't. I've watched people that are pretty big time that, yeah, they have, a logo, they have a slogan, maybe. Most don't have a slogan, but some will have a logo. They'll have a picture they fairly consistently use. That does not a brand make. Like, the bigger picture is not about the postcard you send or the message that you put in your social media. It's not about any one thing. It's about the overarching. It's about the combination of power in setting up a brand that every time we see something from you, it just reiterates, it just drives the grooves in the record, the 33 album that we used to play, drives the grooves deeper into people's minds. You actually become their solution. You own their mind. When they think real estate, they think of you, not when they think of real estate, they think of Compass or Sotheby's or whatever. So I just wanted to come on and have a quick conversation around that because, yeah, there's something awesome about marketing. To me, it's the only foundation of a business that makes any sense. It is the way business gets done. Business does not get done through prospecting. Nike's never called you. Procter & Gamble never calls you and says, come buy our products. The way that products get sold, the way that the big world moves, the way that businesses get built, Apple's not calling you, is to build a brand that people think this is what I love. And of course, people will, get so excited and connected to a brand, whether it be, what's the old famous camper tractor trailer, not trailer, but the streamers and dreamers. What am I trying to see? Stream, whatever. I got StreamYard in my head. Or whether it's Columbia, or whether it's, think of brands of clothes, Escada, or, how much do we pay for a purse from, name one, right? So many things about that. The brand raises the value. The brand brings the price. The brand solidifies the relationship. The brand is what we're buying. And you are exactly the same way if you would make it so, but you're not. You're giving up all your power to the house that you're advertising. You're giving up to the leads that come through houses. You're giving it up to the company that you work for. You're giving it up to many, many other things. And by the way, I don't mean don't create another company brand. It's your brand that matters. It's you that matters. And it's what you stand for. And by the way, I said that people are going to do business with you when they know, like, and trust you. And the fourth part is remember you. And the hook for that is where people pour themselves into that product, that brand, that I want to be part of that. I feel connected to that. And by the way, they can be connected to you. They can absolutely think of you as the realtor long before they actually need one. Can they not? Can you not see that possibility? That you could be their realtor just like I have a CPA or a doctor without being sick or having my taxes due? Can you not see that we have these people in our lives, but realtor is not one of those categories that we often have filled? And the reason is because realtors don't make themselves that person. What they do instead is they make everything else the hero. And instead of making it their personal brand, they want to have a team. And so they have to name the team. And then, oh my gosh, why? Why don't I just know you? The greatest doctors in the world, the brain surgeon of all times, is just the doctor. When you go to his practice, you expect you're going to have somebody else greet you at the reception desk and meet you and take you in and do your vitals and all that stuff, that you're going to have a lot of people there, that your team doesn't need to get represented. It's not the Dr. Smith team. It's Dr. Smith is the guy, or, Jenny Smith, the doctor is the woman, the brain surgeon of all times. And that happens in every profession. We walk in to see our attorney, but we're going to have a lot of people help us. The team doesn't need to get mentioned. It's not about the team. It's about your brand. And remember that we can't give up the power to anybody else. So listen, I got in a little bit of a soapbox, but I just wanted to say this because this message is getting lost in real estate again. And, you know, people always thought that when we retired, there was nobody else that really kept screaming this message out to people. And, you know, you see it, people saying, you know, build your brand and of course your social and all that, and that, you know, be the authentic you. But which authentic you? I could be a lot of people that are authentically me. And I'll give you an example. You know, I fly fish, and so I could be in fly fishing waders in the middle of a stream, or I could be in a tuxedo at a black tie affair, and either one is comfortable for me. Either one is me. Either one is the realness of me. And yet the question is, what's my target market, and which of those stories do I want to tell? Which of those stories is appropriate for my target market? And how will people see me based on what they need? So I want you to understand your story is a big part of it. The story that you consistently tell. You know, I go to websites all the time, and, you know, the about is like, you know, 30 years in real estate, and I've sold many homes, and, you know, GRI and CRS and all the designations and $1 million clubs and all the garbage that the consumers can't even relate to. They don't even know what it means, except that you make a lot of money, that you're $1 million, you know, club member, which means you make a lot of money. If I was going to grind anybody on commissions, you'd be the one. So I want you to think about, like, what is it we portray versus what is it we want them to see as a human being that lowers the resistance, that you're not a realtor. Oh my gosh, you know, don't give them my phone number. Don't give them our real address. Don't give them our real information, because they're going to pound us. And why don't we get in relationship with people that really know us, like us, and trust us despite the fact we're in real estate, and think of us as a real estate agent and remember us as the solution for their challenges. Pricing goes away. In fact, if you want to increase your price from a 6% commission to 7 or 8 or 9%, the only way it's ever going to happen is if you're branded. If you want to make it so that they're not negotiating your commissions down, that's the simplest solution. If you want to make it so they don't question the price that you're bringing to them, that they're saying whatever it is that you do that's magic, that sells all the homes around us, come and do that for us. Then you don't have to present your package and your plan and all the money you're going to spend. That's really mostly a waste of time. In fact, mostly not true, that you're going to advertise on the Sotheby's sites around the world, and it's going to it brings in nothing. And there are exceptions, but it brings in nothing. That you're going to be advertised in all these places that mean nothing. The multiple listing service sells more homes than anything else. Making it the right price and putting it in capable hands, yours, is what sells that property. I don't have to question who I'm doing business with if I already know them. I don't have to question what they do for me if I already love them and, you know them, like them, and trust them, and remember them. I don't have to question it. I just come and say, do your magic for us. Please come list me. That's the call you want to get. Come list me. That's never going to happen because you're at Compass. It's never going to happen because you're at Sotheby's. It's never going to happen because you're with any particular company. I couldn't care less. In fact, when people do move, and I've helped coach a lot of people through the moving process, you know, what they discover at the end was the company never made any difference for them anyway, and the people don't care who they are. I remember when Allison switched over companies from Keller Williams to EXP, and she had this, I forget, 3-point-some million, almost $4 million listing, and she was concerned. What are they going to think? Are they going to be okay with it? Like, you're going to represent us still, right? You're going to be our agent still, right? Yes, that's all we care about. We're doing business with you. We had a friend of ours that came over to our group from Sotheby's, and he was so concerned because he had a winery for sale, this big wine property in Oregon. And it was like, what if they don't come with me? What if they cancel the listing and keep with, they didn't care. He said, you're going to be our agent, right? You're still going to represent us. That's all we care about. You guys give them way too much power away to the companies that really don't matter to you. The reason you're with a company is so you've got the backdrop and the support from your standpoint. What they do for you, they do nothing for your client. They do nothing for your client. So I will stop the rant. And just to say that, I think is enough. And thank you for listening. Listen, if you have questions about that, if you want to really talk about what to do to build your brand and what you can do in strategies, it's not just make a post, and it's not just do a video. It's not just that. It's what's the overarching brand beneath that first. And once you understand that, but if I can help you, if you're thinking about what you can't do at your company in that regard, and you're saying, hey, I want to build a brand, that makes total sense to me, that it's not about houses or my company. I want to build a brand. My company won't let me do that. Please reach out, get 15 minutes on my calendar, and you can email me at don@expertpartners.com. You can find me on social, of course, Facebook or Instagram, The Real Don Hobbs. And I look forward to that communication. And if I can help you ever to increase your results that you're looking for, especially as we change this market and we're no longer the order takers that we were allowed to be for a couple of years during COVID. And forgive me, that's not an insult. It's just to say it hasn't been a normal real estate market. And many people in the business less than 10, 12 years haven't ever experienced what it's like to be a realtor, to have to service a listing, to have to provide value, to have to create that a brand does, and that the systems of the brand create and provide. I can help you with that. So I look forward to connecting, and I'll look forward to one-on-one conversations that really matter for you. Okay, thanks. Bye.